listening to Only the Best Herbs. I'm back, and welcome back to Only the Best Herbs, the podcast where we dive deep into the world of natural healing, wellness, and the power of plants. I'm your host, and let me tell you, it feels incredible to be back here with you all for the start of Season 3. If you don't know who I am by now, my name is Ryan Bolda. Feels like I'm returning home after a long journey, finding everything just as warm and welcoming as I remembered. This season, we're reigniting our passion for herbal wisdom, sharing stories that comfort the soul, exploring remedies that nurture the body. It's a journey we are thrilled to embark on once again with you, our cherished listeners, right by our side. What a way to kick off this season. Today we have a very extraordinary opportunity. We're going to talk with Lori Smallwood. She's an inspiration for those in the realms of business and wellness. Lori coaches business owners, has developed a line of her own health and wellness products, that encompass natural healing and empowerment. So grab your favorite herbal tea, settle in, and let's embark on this season's journey together, exploring the profound connections between nature, wellness, and our daily lives. Welcome to Season 3 of Only the Best Herbs.
Namaste, my friend.
Namaste. Where am I talking to you from? Where are you at?
We are in Indiana. What about you?
We're close. I'm in Michigan.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, we are still in the wonderful Prohibition police state of Indiana, wishing to join our free brethren, outside of here shortly.
Yeah.
I want to apologize. My wife is visually impaired, and when Facebook did their great reset, it changed up a bunch of different stuff. So she was just used to going down a group and sharing our stuff out, and we actually shared to you by accident. I believe, and
Oh, that's
I think I think it's a happy accident. And I wasn't gonna. I thought, well, I could just shoot him a message and say, "Sorry, man. Accident won't happen again." I thought, no, man. I wanna talk to Ryan.
I know.
So,
I've seen you before. I've seen you on Facebook before. Pretty much just, I've seen your name. You do lives. Obviously, you do lives.
yeah, we do two lives a week. One on the NLK network in Canada, which is the Network of Knowledge. And then we also are partnered up with GrowFam, uh, GrowFam Homestead. It's primarily a growing channel teaching, about nutrient uses and different stuff. We're kind of the odd show out.
No, you got some confidence coming in from Indiana, but like you said, you guys aren't far behind.
No, we're going to be supporting some local stuff on 420. We thought about going to Illinois or Missouri and hitting one of these big festivals and partying it up and thought, no, not this year. We've got a good friend that's really a grassroots activist, and we want to be there to support him for this 420.
That's
So,
awesome. We got Hash Bash in Ann Arbor, so that's always really
yes,
cool.
I have heard about that. We have a lot of friends up in Michigan, and they've invited us up to it's smaller festivals besides the Ann Arbor Hash Bash, but to other smaller festivals we just haven't been able to get up north yet.
Mm.
been mostly in Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, and I think we're supposed to get out to Oklahoma this year. But we've had invites to Florida, Virginia, Maine. Uh, yeah, this year Ohio. So yeah, we just love getting out and meeting everybody.
It's cool. And do you have a business, by the way?
Yes, we do. In fact, this whole thing started just to support to support the business and get our name out there, and it's taken on a whole energy of its own. So yes, we have Master Rochi's Garden, and we are a LLC, third party tested uh, hemp derivative company.
Sweet.
Our specialty is our 1,500 milligram full spectrum CBD. We have four varieties, one with just CBD, and then one that we mix in CBN and just a touch of Delta 8 for our nighttime blend. We have our Golden Medley, which is CBD, a CBD isolate, and CBG. We have another one that's our CBD and Delta 8 and all. It's kind of for not to mention get you high, but makes you go, just stress and anxiety relief. So we have that, our muscle cream. We have a simple syrup that you can use for sweetening, and of course our world famous beard oils.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. I love the beard, man. I love it.
oh, I thank you very much. But yeah, those are our products. Now, do you have your own product line, or are you kind of you know do other people's and sell that? What's your story?
Man, so kind of similar. Like I would say, it's like very, very almost 100%, maybe like 99% is similar to yours. Um, Hemp derivatives company. We started basically, and it's a little hard for us because we got dispensaries, right? Everyone's
Right.
THC focused, you know.
Hmm.
So it's kind of been our issue a tad. So we've had to, branch outside of Michigan a little bit and really
Right
make some
on.
friends to make it happen. But this show, like you said, was primarily to push the brand and meet some people, make some relationships, and you know, but knowledge, educating the public because I've quickly found out that a lot of people only know about CBD and THC. Like that's it.
Right. And what they know about both of them, if you've had the same experience as I have, it's pretty much not true. They have a lot of things confused and don't understand how they work separately, let alone how they work together, and why you should be taking CBD when you're on a THC regimen, and all of the other additional benefits from the cannabinoids. But you are exactly right. Education for us is our business is education to get people going.
Not like literally. You can't. I mean, and there'll be and I'm gonna let you know right now. Like what we do is we take this podcast. We mostly do audio only, I would say for the most part. However, we're starting to transition over to, we're gonna start doing lives and stuff in the group. So yeah, man, I would love to do a couple things with you here and there. It
Sure.
would be, I think it would be pretty cool. I don't see, for me, I would say most people would think from a business perspective you're crazy for doing wanting to do like an interview with a fellow company, but I don't
Right.
see it that way.
No, I don't either. I don't either because we're spreading the same message. And as far as I'm concerned, I think everybody should be using CBD and cannabinoids in their life.
Most definitely.
What I would, yeah, I would love for them to buy from me. But you know what? I want them to buy from, if they don't buy from me, brother, I want them buying from you. I want, everybody to understand how beneficial this is. And, I'm educating, our show's not up to, in fact, I'm a really lousy salesman because
Me
I
too.
mentioned our company like twice during the show, and I give more shout outs to the people that, uh, send us shit than I do our own products. But, it's educating the folks. And, if I'm not in your area, my products aren't in your area, and you got people right down the street from you, they should be buying from you.
Right. Well, see, that's
So,
another huge thing, though, for us. For us, and this is kind of how what I try to tell people who aren't trying to educate and people who aren't trying to I don't know, I would say like advance where your state is at or wherever you're located. If you're not trying to, you don't believe it. Honestly, if you're just trying to go, then you really, go sell or whatever. You don't believe in the product because that's what cannabis is such a peaceful, and its history is so rich, and it's so amazing how a lot of us and a lot of the states have gotten to this point. And I would say I've heard a lot of people say this. Cannabis is taking some big steps federally. So federally, and I think they're even doing the same with mushrooms too. Mushrooms is another big thing that's been being pushed.
mushrooms will be legal in Indiana before cannabis is.
Think so?
Oh yeah, yeah. I 100%. Yes. In fact, I look for mushroom legalization probably next year.
Hmm.
Cannabis legalization, I still think we're 2 or 3 years out, regardless of what the feds decide.
Right.
Uh, the feds could federally deschedule it tomorrow, and it'll still take Indiana 2 years to get their shit together on state regulations.
That's crazy. Kind of sounds
Well,
like a Texas thing too. It sounds very similar to Texas.
uh, Texas and Indiana, you might say, are almost joined at the hip on this. And they have the identity. Well, Texas has medical. Indiana doesn't. We don't even have medical in Indiana.
Real,
The
real.
only thing we have that makes Indiana a medical state is we have Marinol, the synthetic. Uh, that's the only. I mean, we don't even have medical here.
That's terrible. That's really unfortunate. So I
So
100% support you, man. If I plan on doing some traveling here soon, uh, I would say by the end of the year, I'm trying to go to some specific places. So if I'm cutting through Indiana or anything, I have to say hello. I can get a picture. I have
Oh,
to.
certainly. Yeah, yeah. And if we get up to Michigan, we'll definitely hook up.
We
It's
have so the name of our brand is CBD Surgeons. Unfortunately, marketing has been a huge issue because of having the word CBD in the name. A lot of platforms do not like that. Google doesn't like it. Nobody likes it. So what we had to do is we just took the CBD part off. So now we're just we're two different things. So here at in Mount Clemens, which is about 15 minutes away from Detroit. We have
okay.
our store, and then online is where we are surgeons. So CBD Surgeons has a page. It's probably got like close to 800 followers. I don't know. It's been maybe a year since we started it. And then we have Only the Best Herbs, which is why we were using it to try to. I'm like, okay, we're gonna make our own fucking platform. We're gonna.
Right.
So that's how it's that's how everything is birthed, but it has kind of taken on a mind of its own a little bit right now, and is helping me meet
Yeah.
fantastic,
I,
awesome people like you.
Oh, well, thank you. I love the name because I'm thinking, man, are they doing, I didn't know if you were a company or you were just doing reviews and only carrying the best products and stuff. I thought, oh man, is he doing something like that?
Mhm.
That would be. I wish I would have thought of something like that.
We
That would
we
be
are
something.
we are eventually. We want to get our own brand of, because we manufacture our own products in Walled Lake. Um,
Right.
so that, before we kind of get into that, trying to help people that much, we want to get, our own thing going, which is it's working out. We're selling product across the United States. I mean, I got orders from Oregon, Texas, Florida, Kentucky. I mean, we got I mean, I know I'm forgetting a few, but it's pretty amazing that um it's happened. Do you guys have a website? Do you guys have a website where you can? Because I love it.
Oh yeah.
Share it. Share your website.
Yes, I certainly. Well, I'll share it in Messenger. But yes, we have a full up website. Then we're doing all kinds of stuff outside of. Well, I told you about the Facebook and the NOK network. Now we're going to be doing, I think, a third show on Saturdays for WTHC Radio, which is kind of cool. So
Hmm.
yeah, we're all about promoting full plant medicine, peace, love, good vibes, or more. The more brings us together than divides us. Uh, and we try to present, real life. Well, my daughter was my co-host for quite a while, and she moved on, and now it's my wife. But we try to engage and relate to real life people. It's not about us. It's about us together, our struggles, how we're overcoming it, how we are celebrating, how we're dealing with failure, with loss. We're right there with you, and you're living this with us. So that's kind of our vibe.
I love it, man, and trust me, it starts out. I think when you start doing things, at a family level, because we're doing that pretty much as well. Is as a family business. We have a couple. We have a couple good relationships. We were doing radio stuff with. Oh man, what's his name?
This is edited in, but his name is Ron Cameron. Rest in peace, Ron Cameron. He just passed away. Fantastic individual. Sports Talk Radio. You've probably heard his voice. You know his voice. He was battling with some issues and some pain. He was going into surgery. It was this whole thing, and just want to give a shout out to Ron Cameron for being such a big part of history. Look him up.
But he just died. And it was just really sad. He's doing sports talk radio. He'd been doing it for a really long time. Man, I really during this interview I'll think of it. But
Sure.
he was really cool to do that stuff with.
Well, yeah, uh, we're doing a bit of, or helping support the marijuana maintenance program. It's a 12-step program that helps people transition from opioids and alcohol, off of opioids and alcohol by growing their own medicine. Because a lot of times this plant's the first time these folks have ever had to take care of anything besides themselves. But anyway, the guy that we partnered up with or collaborating with runs a clothing shop out of South Beach, Florida, and he does a lot of MMA fighters. And we're finding out what this huge connection between the sports world and cannabis has been. And that is one thing that has not been explored as far as I can see in the cannabis community is the sports cannabis connection. Uh, and it's huge, especially for recovery and many other things. A lot of the pro teams have removed cannabis from the banned substance list.
Hmm. It puts your body, it accelerates your body. You're activating those receptors. You're healing faster. The pain management, of course, with the topicals. There's, I think the MLB. I can't remember the name, but I think the MLB was the first. And this was just recently. They were the first one to introduce CBD and hemp products to their players and to the medical recovery process and whatnot.
Actually, this is the first year every MLB field will have a cannabis leaf in the outfield because a CBD company has contracted with them. So there will be a cannabis leaf in all stadiums this year.
I did not hear that. That's really cool.
I just heard that a couple of days ago. I can't tell you which company it was that did this, but oh man,
I want to know about you specifically and how you got to where you're at. I know you mentioned your daughter and your wife, but I want to know about you.
I have been a cannabis advocate, hemp and cannabis advocate, not just cannabis, but hemp also, since the 80s. I was one of these guys that was handing out I think they were blue and gray or gray and green trifold normal pamphlets out in, the late 80s to people passing by on the street, saying hemp can save the world, check out a cannabis as an alternative.
40 years?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
It doesn't seem like that long, honestly. And then I grew up in a rural community. I didn't have very many friends, so I spent a lot of times in the woods and the farm or the fields and kind of the meadows and stuff, and got real interested in Native American medicine and edible plants and all, and I started exploring that. I became an herbalist. As a pastime because friends and family always told me you're never going to make a living being an herbalist. No, get your head out of the clouds, get your feet on the ground. So I just basically did stuff for friends and family and for ourselves. Well, when the cannabinoids started hitting the market and CBD started really gaining some traction, it's like my ears perked up and it's like, what is this?
Right.
And I started getting in there and my mind started working and going, oh my God, if we could partner, these cannabinoids with these natural remedies that we already know, these herbs and plants and flowers that we know have potential, and we mix them with cannabinoids, we could do some amazing stuff.
For sure.
So that's where we kind of got started. The whole idea of Master Rochi's garden was going to be more of a craft cannabis grow, more connoisseur, well aged, top quality, small market cannabis. And then the realization hit us that we're in Indiana, and I probably won't live to see the day that that's even a possibility. So started exploring the CBD market, and that's kind of where we landed.
Awesome. I have to ask you because I don't know if a lot of people are like familiar, but the Master Roshi, that's from Dragon Ball Z, right?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. I worked with my day job. I worked with a lot of younger guys in their 20s and 30s. Young, I call them the kids, but to me they're kids. Well, they started talking about Master Roshi and kind of referring to me as Master Roshi. It's like, what in the hell is this? So I started looking it up, and yes, with my sunglasses and my beard, and I wear the Hawaiian shirts all summer long, sandals. So yeah, they got me. We look very much alike. Because like I said, I didn't know who the hell they were talking about. The more I checked up on this guy, it's like, yeah, all right, he's kind of cool. I can deal with this. But we were sitting around the fire one night over at the house, just kicking back. And I said, no, but you guys, it's got to be Master Rochi. And that's kind of how it all came together. My wife made me buy the damn hat that I wear. Uh, I didn't want it. It sat in the house for uh, many years. I didn't wear it. We were trying to figure out something to do with the label, or well, we'll just take a picture of you with a hat on, and we, kind of get it in a '70s style or '60s style cartoon. Uh, but yeah, we were in a little artesian community called Nashville, Indiana, and it's a very cool artist community. This was the second leather shop that we had been at since we arrived, like 45 minutes. That's all we've been in town, and she'd already acquired 2 new leather persons. So I think she was feeling a little guilty. So I put this on in the shop, just screwing around. And she said, "Oh my God, you got to get it. No, you got to get it." I looked at the price. I said, like hell, I'm buying this hat.
I like
You
it.
can see, yeah, you can see I won the argument.
Most definitely you did.
So
That's awesome.
that's where the hat came from, and it's part of my artificial hair here.
I
So
trust
yeah,
me, I'm there with you, man. I understand. I'm only
I
30 years old and that shit's ugh.
I was looking around for that's probably pretty close to when I started shaving my head.
Oh really?
About Yeah, about the only 2 people that were running around with shaved heads at the time, it seemed like, was Michael Jordan and myself. Uh,
That's funny.
but yeah, I, funny thing about ending up with a shaved head, I was working for a pretty big company uh, in a finance role, and I got a substantial promotion. At that time, I had a ponytail halfway down my back, and trying to be professional and all, it's like I got to cut my hair. Nobody asked me to. It was just the right thing to do at that time in the
You
corporate.
knew. You knew.
Yeah. So I went with a hair helmet. I couldn't do it. I had that haircut for 2 weeks. It's like I can't do this. It looks ridiculous, and I shaved my head, and I've been that way ever since.
And then you turned in the Master Rochi. I love it,
Yeah.
man. Obviously you're getting out there, you're making some connections and you're getting your name and your brand out there. What's next, man? I want like what do you see happening? What are some of your goals with this? Even if they're small goals, obviously you said you might not. I think you will live to see the day, but for
Well,
Indiana. But I'm what's your main focus?
well, right now, and it's when I say this, it's going to be your main focus too, because we think of like distribution. How do I get our product and in front of more people instead of online? Where can I get into those brick and mortar dispensaries or head shops? And are we really a good fit? It's hard to find a avenue for our products right now because we really aren't head shop products. We're not recreational products, but we're looked down upon, in a lot of the health food and supplement areas too. Well, you're really not supplements. We don't know what you are. Um, so it's finding a retail avenue that suits our products. That's what I'm exploring right now is where do we fit in? Are we a CVS, a Walgreens? Is that where CBD is going to end up in the future or in the grocery store? where are our products going to be able to reach our audience in the future?
Dispensaries, and here, at least in Michigan, hate us. Head shops, that, because the dispensaries, like they clearly, they're all about getting high, right? You're going there, you're getting THC, you're getting bud. Like you said, I believe it's its own thing. I think, in my opinion, I think it very well. We know some pharmacies that carry topicals, at least for right now, and I think you're exactly right. I definitely want to talk more because we're running out of time a little bit here. I want to. I'm gonna set something up for another chat with you here in the future when you got some time. And I know I have listeners. I know I have some listeners in Indiana. I know I have listeners who are close to you, even neighboring states. So it would be really beneficial, I think, for them to reach out to you. And because I've noticed a lot of people, they're going to these head shops and stuff, and they're getting the Chinese bullshit. And that's the problem.
That's it. One thing that I said, and I absolutely refused when we started to go into gas stations. Absolutely refused, and have stood our ground. I know we've lost a lot of sales. We could have had products in there, but
never.
There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing worse to be compared to than gas station CBD. And brother, we have to. If we can't find, we are going to have to build, our own community and outreach for CBD. And, maybe we can grow a whole community that's dedicated to natural plant therapy and healing. We can get a company out there that's all they do is natural soaps, hair care, CBD, hemp, products, cannabis products. It'd be wonderful.
That is the main goal. I'm gonna this is probably where I'm gonna cut it off, at least on the podcast part of it, and then I'll put my little ending in there. But like I said, I really enjoy talking to you. I believe in what you're doing, and namaste, right?
Namaste, yes.
And we'll figure out something here in the future.
Cool. Sounds good, my friend Ryan. Have a beautiful day. Peace, love, and good vibes, my man. And look forward to talking to you again.
For sure. Have a good rest of your day, man. I look forward to it as well.
Oh, thank you.
Feel free to reach out to us with your experience, questions, or even just to say hello. Until next time, take care of yourself and one another. Embrace the power of nature. Stay curious, stay inspired, and most importantly, stay connected. It's been a pleasure to be part of your day today. You think you have what it takes to be only the best? Reach out to us. Operations@surgeonsolutions.org.